Hey guys, thank you for having me. This is your tutor, Mr. Walusungu. Welcome to today's mathematics online lesson. In today's lesson of mathematics, we're going to be looking at algebra. Under algebra, we're going to look at factorization. What is factorization? Factorization is the expression of an algebraic expression as a product of factors. We have 5 multiplied by 2. What do you get? You get 10. So in this case, the factors of 10 are 5 and 2. The other thing you have to consider when you're factorizing is the common factor. What do I mean? Let's look at some examples. Number 1, we have 5a plus 10. What's the common number there? Our common number is 5. 5 can go into 5, 5 can go into 10. How many times does 5 go into 5? 1. How many times does 5 go into 10? Twice. So, 5. So, once you discover your common factor, it has to be outside the brackets. This is what I mean. You first write your 5, then you open your brackets, you write your a plus 2, and you get your answer. When you multiply 5 by everything in the brackets, it will take you back to what's on top. Number 2, we have mn plus m squared. You look at your expression. What's common? M is common. So you write your m, open brackets, n plus m. When you multiply m times n, you get mn. When you multiply m times m, you get m squared. Number 3, we have x squared plus 7x. You look at your expression. Which factors are common? X is common. It's appearing twice. So you write your x, open brackets, x plus 7, and you are done. X times x, you get x squared. X times 7, you get 7x. And you are done. That's how you factorize. Moving on, we're now going to look at the factors of a quadratic expression. What is a quadratic expression? A quadratic expression is an expression which has one of its terms raised to the power of 2. This is an example of a form of a quadratic expression. A quadratic expression has 3 parts: a, b, and c. A is a coefficient of x squared, b is a coefficient of x, and c is a constant. So whenever you are given an expression of a form of this, just note that you're dealing with a quadratic expression. Let's look at it. Let's look at some examples. Number 1, we have x squared plus 3x plus 2. First and foremost, you have to identify the coefficient of x squared, the coefficient of x, and the constant. So, in this case, the coefficient of x squared is 1, the coefficient of x is 3, and the constant is 2. After that, number 1, x squared plus 3x plus 2. In order to make your calculations easy, you use the system of product, sum, and factors. I guess you must be wondering, what is the product? What is the sum? What are the factors? So, how do you get the product? You get the product by multiplying the coefficient of x squared by the constant. So what is the coefficient of x squared? The coefficient of x squared is 1. So you multiply 1 times 2. What do you get? You get 2. You found your product. Then you go to your sum. How do you find your sum? Remember, your sum is always the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x? You have 3. So your sum is 3. Last but not the least, the factors. How do you determine your factors? So, how do you get your factors? Your two factors, when you multiply them, they have to give you 2, and when you add them, they have to give you 3. So when you multiply your factors, they're supposed to give you the product, and when you add them, they're supposed to give you the sum. What are these factors? You have 1 and 2. When you multiply 1 times 2, you get 2. When you add 1 plus 2, you get 3. Then afterwards, what you just have to do is just substitute the factors in the main expression or equation. So you first start by writing x squared, then you now start substituting plus x plus 2x plus 2. Then after you substitute, you're now remaining with factorizing. So you factorize them separately. You collect the like terms and factorize them separately. So you close the brackets in order for it to factorize properly. Which one is common? X. Which one is common? 2. And note that when you have the same digits in both brackets, then you should know that you're going on the right page. You should know that your answer is correct. Then afterwards, you just put your x plus 2 in brackets and your x plus 1 in brackets, and you're done. Number 2, we have 8x squared plus 2x minus 15. Remember, you use the same procedure. You use the system of product, sum, and factors. So what is your product? Your product is 8 times negative 15, you get negative 120. Your sum, what is the coefficient of x? You have 2. Your factors, what numbers when you multiply them, they give you negative 120, and when you add them, they give you 2, 12, and negative 10. When you multiply 12 by negative 10, you get negative 120, and when you add 12 to negative 10, you get 2. Then what you do now is just substituting. Start with your 8x squared plus 12x minus 10x minus 15. Then what you do now is factorizing. So in order for you to factorize properly, you separate them by putting them in brackets. Remember, you have to find what's common. What's common there? You have 4 and x. X plus 3. What's common there? You have 5. You have negative 5. Close brackets. You have 2x plus 3. Remember, if the digits in the brackets are the same, then you should know that your answer is correct. Then afterwards, you put them in brackets. 4x minus 5 2x. You only choose between the two. get your answer.